One name, one color, one obsession. For over 75 years, Scuderia Ferrari has been the beating heart of Formula One. From the roaring front-engine monsters of the 50s to the silent, high-tech hybrid giants of today, the Prancing Horse has evolved through triumph and heartbreak. Today, we are going through every major car in the history of the Scuderia. This is the ultimate evolution of Ferrari F1. It all started here. This was the car that carried Ferrari's very first V12 into the world of Grand Prix racing, utilizing a supercharger to find its speed. Seeking to break Alfa Romeo's stranglehold, Ferrari ditched the supercharger for a massive 4.5-liter naturally aspirated V12. It finally secured the team's first-ever championship win at Silverstone. This served as a more nimble bridge between the heavy hitters, focusing on handling for the tighter, more technical European circuits of the time. When the championship switched to Formula 2 rules, this four-cylinder masterpiece became the most dominant car of its era, carrying Alberto Ascari to a record-breaking streak of victories. Known as the Swallow or Shark, it featured a distinctive wide body designed to keep the fuel weight low and central, though it proved to be a handful to drive. As the sport returned to official F1 specs, Ferrari updated the reliable Tipo 500 chassis to accommodate the new 2.5-liter engine regulations. This was a game-changer inherited from Lancia, with its revolutionary side-mounted fuel tanks improving both aerodynamics and weight distribution. It handed Juan Manuel Fangio another world title. A more traditional refinement of the D50 design, this car integrated the fuel tanks back into the main body to prioritize structural rigidity over raw innovation. This historic machine was the first V6-powered car to ever win a world championship, famously carrying Mike Hawthorne to the title in a season defined by consistency. The legendary Shark Nose. Its ultra-slim profile and mid-mounted V6 made it the class of the field, though its season was tragically overshadowed by the loss of Wolfgang von Trips. Swapping to V8 power, this car allowed John Surtees to achieve the impossible, becoming the only world champion on both two wheels and four. Developed alongside the 158, this featured a complex flat 12 engine designed to provide peak power at the high-speed temples of speed like Monza. The 3-liter era began here. This car introduced the iconic spaghetti exhaust system and that high-revving V12 scream that defined the brand for a generation. While it never officially raced, this radical concept car pioneered the survival cell and safety features that would eventually save countless lives in the sport. This introduced the revolutionary flat 12 engine layout. By keeping the engine low, Ferrari lowered the car's center of gravity, significantly improving mid-corner stability. The masterpiece of the 70s, its transverse gearbox made the car incredibly agile, allowing Niki Lauda to dominate and end Ferrari's 11-year title drought. Ferrari's first foray into turbocharging. It was a difficult, laggy beast, but in the hands of Gilles Villeneuve, it produced some of the most spectacular wins in history. This car brought Ferrari back into the championship hunt with Michele Alboreto. It was fast and beautiful, though it ultimately fell short due to reliability issues. Perhaps the most powerful car Ferrari ever built, producing nearly 900 horsepower. Unfortunately, its chassis couldn't quite keep up with the violent power delivery. Redesigned from the ground up, this car signaled a return to form for Ferrari's engineering team, ending the first turbo era with a string of podiums and wins. A technological milestone. This was the first car to feature a semi-automatic paddle-shift gearbox, a piece of tech that Nigel Mansell used to win on debut. Known for its unique double-floor aerodynamics, it was an ambitious attempt to find more downforce, though it proved tragically difficult for the drivers to handle. This car leaned into the active suspension era. While advanced, it struggled to match the sheer electronic sophistication of its rivals at Williams. The final high-water mark for the 3.5-liter V12. Its victory at Hockenheim remains a core memory for fans of the pure, unbridled engine note. The first V10 Ferrari. It was a rough start, but Schumacher's legendary win in the torrential rain at Barcelona proved that a new era had begun. A massive leap forward in aerodynamic efficiency. It took the fight to McLaren until the very last lap of the season, cementing Ferrari as a powerhouse again. Despite Schumacher's mid-season injury, this car was so balanced that Eddie Irvine nearly won the title, and Ferrari secured their first constructor's crown in 16 years. The drought breaker. After 21 long years, Michael Schumacher finally brought the Drivers' Championship back to Maranello, starting a historic run of titles. A masterclass in reliability and speed. With its unique dropped nose, it was so effective that the championship was over before the summer break. Absolute perfection. This car was so dominant it won 15 out of 19 races, often finishing nearly a lap ahead of the competition. Developed with a longer wheelbase to optimize airflow, it had to fight harder against a rising McLaren and Williams, but it still came out on top. Perhaps the fastest F1 car ever built relative to its time. It still holds lap records today, 20 years later, representing the pinnacle of the V10 era. A victim of sudden rule changes that banned tire swaps during a race, it struggled to adapt to the new endurance requirements of the Bridgestone tires. The switch to V8 engines. Michael Schumacher's final Ferrari was a masterpiece of refinement, nearly handing him an 8th title in a season-long duel with Alonso. Kimi Räikkönen's weapon of choice. Its long wheelbase design thrived on high-speed circuits, allowing Kimi to snatch the title in a dramatic season finale. Ferrari's last Constructors' World Champion. It featured incredible aerodynamic details like the nose hole for airflow, losing the driver's title by the narrowest of margins. Designed for a new era of slick tires and curves, it was a difficult car to master, but it still managed to find the top step of the podium. The start of the Fernando Alonso era. This car was built for his aggressive style, winning on its debut and leading the championship into the final round. Struggling with the new Pirelli tire era, this car relied heavily on Alonso's racecraft to stay competitive against the dominant Red Bulls. A car that started the season nearly 2 seconds off the pace, but through relentless development and Alonso's brilliance, it nearly won the world title. The final V8-powered Ferrari. It was a strong contender in the first half of the year before tire construction changes shifted the balance of power. A difficult start to the turbo hybrid age. Its heavy engine and poor power delivery made it a frustrating year for both drivers. Sebastian Vettel arrived and breathed new life into the team. A massive jump in engine efficiency allowed Ferrari to start winning again. This car introduced a much tighter rear-end packaging and pushrod front suspension, though strategic errors often masked its true speed. A radical aerodynamic design with innovative sidepod inlets. It was the first car in years to truly challenge Mercedes for the championship. Building on the previous year, this car was often the fastest on the grid, proving that Ferrari had finally mastered the hybrid power unit. A straight-line rocket ship. This car was nearly unbeatable on power-heavy tracks, allowing Charles Leclerc to win back-to-back at Spa and Monza. Following a power unit investigation, this car suffered a significant loss of performance, resulting in Ferrari's most difficult season in decades. A year of rebuilding. With a completely redesigned hybrid system, Ferrari began the climb back to the front of the grid. With its beautiful bathtub sidepods, this car was a design icon. It was the fastest car at the start of the year, bringing the Tifosi to their feet. A qualifying monster that often struggled with tire degradation in the race, but it still managed to break the Red Bull winning streak. Focused on consistency and drivability, this car bridged the gap to the frontrunners, allowing Ferrari to fight for wins every single weekend. The start of the Lewis Hamilton era. This car is built around a philosophy of stability, designed to support the 7-time champion's hunt for an 8th title. The future, with the new 50/50 electrical combustion rules, this car represents the next massive leap in F1 technology. From the very first roar of the V12 in 1948 to the silent, futuristic hum of 2026, Ferrari remains the soul of Formula One. They are more than just a team, they are a legacy. Which of these iconic cars is your all-time favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue to follow the journey of the Prancing Horse. Forza Ferrari.